So it was certainly no vacation, no break. I knew that there was a lot of work involved in representing our presbytery. And boy, just meeting after meeting. I think I'm going to strike and protest from all meetings that our local church does for about a month. I feel like I've had a year's worth of meetings crammed into a week. This particular word speaks a lot to the experience I had there, because God calls us to love God and one another, especially those whom we may not see eye to eye. And I'm going to allow Pastor Ted to share more about the decisions made at General Assembly and the implications. But I think the word that we heard today is going to be very, very important to our church. Because whenever you have so many different people, 12,000 churches that we have in these United States, so many different opinions, God calls us to love Him with all our heart and to love one another in spite of our differences and our different views. The first thing I see here in these scriptures, for those of you that don't know me, excuse me, my name is Ron Urzua. I pastor a local Presbyterian church called Word of Life. We share facilities with Westminster Presbyterian down in Hueneme and Oxnard. Our church was chartered 2 years ago. For those of you that don't know this, you guys were very, very instrumental in the existence of our church. You welcomed us when we were a fellowship group. When I first came to Oxnard, we started with 3 individuals. We moved here, grew a little bit, and then kind of went backwards. And we realized that we needed to have worship at a different time. So you graciously blessed us as we left to have church at an earlier time. And the church has grown and was chartered. And the church predominantly is 20s, 30s, and 40s. And we're very excited. Every week people come and visit. People make professions of faith. And we are doing very well. In fact, you're going to have to excuse me, because as soon as I'm done preaching, I'm going to leave. And it's not that I'm rude or want to take off and hit and run. I got to go preach at our local church down there in Hueneme. What I see in the text here is 2 great commandments. The first commandment, and the greatest commandment, is that we love God with all that we are. Jesus mentions 3 words that are listed in the Greek. The first word is cardia, which is heart, which we get from, some of you who are exercise fanatics, which obviously I'm not. Pray for me. You're familiar with the term cardio. We're to love God with our heart, our cardia. The second word there in the Greek is we're to love God with our minds. Our inner life, our suke, with all of our being, the real us deep inside of us, our life, our breath. The third word is dianoia, to love God with all of your mind. As Presbyterians, traditionally, we are good with loving God with our minds. We leave scholarships for seminaries. We advocate for college and higher education because we know that we need to love God with our minds, which is very important. We're also good at loving God with our inner life. I am so impressed when I come here because every other week I work with Pacific camps for like 3 or 4 hours. And I come here and I see so many faithful members always here. There's always Word of Life, wrong church. There's always First Presbyterian people here. Lyndon, Bob Powell, Ned, Dorothy John. Their life and their breath is Christ and His church. Presbyterians are very good with loving God with their life's breath. Now, don't throw rocks at me. I think where we're challenged is loving God sometimes with our cardia, with our affections. When we first meet our wife or our husband, we're so good at expressing our affection. Man, when we have a hot date lined up back in the day before you got married, you wash your car, you finally brushed your teeth, you comb your hair, you put on songs. I like the way the Italians do it. I love you with all of my heart. If I don't see you soon, I'm going to die. Very expressive, very free. I love our African American brothers when they preach. Well, I love Jesus. Not afraid. Us Presbyterians, sometimes we're like, whoa, take it down a notch. Why should we take it down a notch? With romantic love, we're expressive. We express ourselves. We write poems. Hopefully you don't pay Hallmark anymore to write your special words. You still got a few up your sleeve. But what a shame it is when we're afraid to love God spontaneously. When we're afraid to express our love to Him. Because the Bible calls us to love Him with all our mind, heart, and soul. What does this look like? I think one way of describing loving God with all that we are is found in the book of Psalms, chapter 37. And I thought I had it listed here, which I'm seeing that I don't. So let me quote it loosely to you. Psalm 37, I believe I have the right psalm. David said, "Delight yourself in the Lord. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." The promise is, if we take delight in God and enjoy Him, that God will give us the desires of our heart. I don't take that to mean, as some have erroneously suggested, that if you delight and enjoy God, enjoy Him, that God will give you whatever you want. That is not true. Life's experience teaches that. But what I think it does mean is that as we delight ourselves in God, as we enjoy God, the way you enjoy food, the way you enjoy music, the way you enjoy your children, the way you enjoy your marriage, you savor some of these things, the way you enjoy Christmas time, you delight in it. When we delight in God, God creates new desires in our hearts. He gives us divine want-tos. Want-tos to love people that we normally would not be interested in loving. A want-to forgive people that we normally want to, give a right hook to. A want-to serve people when we normally want to be served. A want-to relate to people that are different. A want-to pursue God and His purposes. Contemporary culture is destroyed, I believe, by a set of wrong want-tos. One of the privileges I have, besides working 40 hours at Word of Life Presbyterian, which is a light workload for most pastors. Most pastors work 50 plus hours. I work 40 because I also work in our community at all the different high schools in our city, plus a few in Ventura, as well as a couple middle schools. And I have the privilege of going to Oxnard High, Channel Islands High, Port Hueneme High, Frank Middle School, and working with at-risk youth who are on the verge of getting jumped into local gangs, struggling with drug addiction. I get to go on Thursday nights for 6 hours and deal with about 150 people in juvenile justice complex, and minister to them and talk to them about STDs and vision for college and anger and things like that. And I see as I interact with our young people that a set of wrong want-tos seem to be destroying them. I want to play my Xbox instead of doing my homework. I want to get high, some of these young people say, instead of buckling down and thinking about college. I want to stay out Friday night and Saturday night instead of getting along with my parents and having tranquility and health in my home. And how we know adults who are destroyed because of a set of wrong want-tos. And the promise of learning to love God with all your heart. Because you might say, what's the point of Sunday after Sunday enhancing my desire to delight and enjoy God? Is that God slowly weans us from destructive want-tos and replaces them with divine want-tos. Want-tos that lead to health. Want-tos that lead to a good marriage. Want-tos that lead to the fulfillment of our life's mission and purpose. And so that's why that's one of the promises or benefits of enjoying God, the way we enjoy other areas of our life, is that God takes bad want-tos that destroy us and gives us